Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am Stephanie and today's reading is about what energy you are going to embody or what you are currently embodying. And this is going to be a little Pokemon themed reading, so I am going to bring some aspects of the game into this, but I will explain them to you, so if you're not familiar with Pokemon, don't worry about it. But we have 4 piles here for you today. We have this green calcite with Leafeon synthesis. We have the amethyst point with Espeon, the magician. We have a flower agate with our very own Eeveelution. And we have the Icelandic spar or optical calcite with Glaceon frost. So take a moment, think about what you are becoming or what energy you are going to embody going into whatever next chapter is in your life, or even just what you need to take on to handle whatever's coming your way. And I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, Pile 1. If you chose this cute little Leafeon with the word synthesis, then we have your reading here for you about what energy you are going to embody or what you are currently embodying, especially going forward with a certain task in mind or some kind of thing you're going to undertake here. But we're going to start with the oracles that you chose to see what's happening with you. We got clairvoyance, number 35, inspiration, interpretation, and trust. We also have success. We have Awas. We have number 30, set your intentions. And new moon in Capricorn, step up and lead. Okay, so wow, you're about to go on, basically you're about to become a boss of some kind. This could be, for example, if you're in a work situation, you could be getting a promotion or some kind of role where you're taking on a lot more, but also being given a position of leadership. Like, I really do feel that some of you are going to be very successful when you get into your energy of leadership, especially because I feel like some of you have been trying to manifest this with set your intentions. That or something about your intuition in conjunction with setting intentions really allows you to be the best possible leader in certain situations. Like, I'm really seeing people watching you work magic essentially when it comes to your place of work or any kind of project you take on. It's almost like you have a vision and you make it come true, or you're just able to really predict things very well or manifest things very well. I'm especially thinking in like sales. I feel like you have a good grasp of what the day may call for when it comes to the things that you're like buying and selling, or you're just really good, especially if you're a salesman, like if or woman, you're really good at either drawing in the right clients or selling the right thing to the right people and getting like the best out of it. There's just something about you that is giving leadership role very much. Yeah, you're stepping into a very powerful role. Your intuition plays a big key in this though with clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is being able to see the future, but you could be any of the clairs, like claircognizant, clairaudient, and these will all be different ways that you are intuitive. Claircognizant means that you just know things. Clairaudience means that you hear things, and that would include running into people and hearing the right thing at the right time. I've noticed that that can also be a thing. It's like your guides push you in the direction of hearing the right information. Clairvoyance is being able to see in your mind's eye or in your imagination the things that you need to see. So regardless, your intuition is amping up because it's trying to help you to get to a certain point in life. And like I said, I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to be a position of leadership, or at the very least success if you run your own business. I feel like you're already in a position of leadership, but you will be drawing in success. And like I said, you're manifesting this because you've set that intention that you're going to succeed. You've set this intention that you're going to step up and be what the environment needs. Even if it's not a work situation, this could be in a household, for example. You could step up and be a leader to whoever it is that you live with. This could be roommates. This could be children if you have a bunch of siblings. Like maybe you're the one who needs to step up and play a parent role. Whatever the case may be, you're definitely getting into this energy where failing is not an option. failing is not an option, and you've made that a point, especially with this card here. Inspiration, interpretation, and trust. Especially trust. You're learning to trust yourself. You're learning to trust your skills. And with interpretation, you're learning to see, or you already do see, all aspects of something. You could be a little bit of a heavy thinker where you just look at every possible option and look at all the plans that you have set for whatever it is you want to get accomplished. But it's definitely a feeling that failing is not an option. Let me turn on the light to see if you can see these better. Okay, I feel like it's much better. It's a weird light, like it's overcast outside, but my light isn't exactly shining the brightest, so I have to turn on this lamp. Like I said, you're just looking for your best possible option. I'm going to read from the book for Awas. So we have, the meaning is yew tree. This rune card is associated with endings, but with any ending, there is always a new beginning. Something in your life is fading away, but is being replaced by something stronger and more relevant. This card is linked with the symbolism of a yew tree, known for its strength, endurance, incredible longevity, and ability to regenerate from within its own trunk. Be patient. Just let them go and allow new life to take root. While ending is a dominant theme here, this card is also about endurance and dependability and the excitement and possibilities of rebirth. So yeah, I'm not surprised. This is it's very much like death card energy. And I feel like whatever is ending is this energy of not being sure where to go, of not being sure where your next success was going to come through, or maybe in some cases paycheck or a project, especially if you're somebody who works in a creative field and you need like a good juicy idea. I feel like you're stepping into this energy where you're allowing things to come to you because you will know where to find them, how to get them, how to get it accomplished. With New Moon and Capricorn, you can be a Capricorn. This is definitely giving me Capricorn energy. I'm not surprised. You could also have been born under New Moon and Capricorn, which would also make you a Capricorn sun and moon. So if you have both of those signs, you were likely born under this. I don't know why that specifically is coming through. Or if we're near a New Moon in Capricorn, this could also be the case of when this will happen. This is meant to be a timeless reading, so just take that into account. This will be during either December or January when the Capricorn new moon happens. So if you're close to that time, then this is when that will happen. Even if you're far away from that time, I feel like you're going to build up to this. Like you're going to start setting these intentions, planting the seeds so that you can create something really amazing here. The odd thing is that I don't think people see it coming because some of these images are very dark and shadowy. Like this new moon is dark and shadowy. You only see a sliver of the moon. This panther, this black panther is very, or puma? I don't know the difference. This black cat, giant black cat here is like in the shadows. You can only really see its eyes. And even this lady, this oracle lady, she reminds me of the Oracle of Delphi, is like in a shadowy room with very dimly lit light. But then we have these two cards that are bright and beautiful. I feel like people are not going to see this coming. You're going to be in the shadows. You're going to be kept hidden away. You're just going to be doing your own thing. And then one day, boom, you pop up and suddenly you're like the most vibrant, colorful, and I don't know, you're just all eyes are on you, pile one. Everyone's going to notice the things that you do. So I'm not surprised that you got synthesis. And synthesis, excuse me, my mouth is a little numb because I had a dental procedure today, and it's wearing off. But even with this sweet little Leafeon, correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't used Leafeon in a game in a while, but in general, leaf type Pokemon, grass type Pokemon are really good at synthesizing. They know how to dig their roots into the ground and like restore their energy for fighting. And I feel like this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to be very self-sufficient, self-reliable. You're trying to make your own money and not have to rely on anybody else here for whatever reason. I feel like some of you want to become financially independent as well, or just not have to worry so much about having people tell you what to do. This is giving earth energy as well. Like I said, Capricorn, but also Taurus and Virgo. And yeah, there's a regeneration here. So this death card is actually just a rebirth. It's regeneration. And I really love this energy. It's very beautiful. We also have butterflies here, which are also a sign of transformation. So you're transforming into this leader type of person that you were always meant to be. I feel like you always had this within you somewhere in your inner self, pile one. And it might have even been calling you, but you just never really answered it for some reason. I feel like some of you have a fear of being seen, and that's okay. I feel like not everybody is comfortable in the spotlight, but the skills you have and the energy you bring, people need because they see a leader within you. And I think you yourself are actually very comfortable being in a position of leadership as well. It's just the fact that you have to, again, be seen. People have to take notice of you. I mean, just look at this lady wearing this amazing outfit and having this bright pink hair. You're going to have to get used to being seen. You're going to have to get used to the attention that this kind of role brings. And I feel like you're going to be okay with it. I feel like if you focus on the job at hand, the attention won't bother you as much. You may even enjoy it, especially when people bring attention to the work you do. I feel like you're more comfortable with that. You're more comfortable with people praising the things you do as opposed to you in general as a person. I really do love this energy for you, pile one. But let's move on to the tarot to see what other energy you are embodying. Very earthy energy for sure, which is always good in a workplace because it's very reliable, dependable, and grounded, which is what you need in a work environment. We're going to use the Weaver Tarot. For my lovely pile one, I'm also hearing that you're not going to be making quite a fuss about this. Even if you typically have a very vivacious personality or if you're very loud, during this moment, you're going to know when to keep quiet and when to speak up. Because something about, especially that Capricorn energy is coming through, because they make great leaders, but they're not like the most, and I'm not hating on Capricorns at all. I love the crap out of you guys. Love you so much. But they're not always, and I'm saying not all Capricorns here as well, because there are some pretty wild, crazy party Capricorns that I know. But the stereotype is like they're very quiet and reserved, and they can be a little rough around the edges, a little grumpy. You know, that's the stereotype they have. So even if you're typically not like that, you may take on a little bit of that kind of personality just because of what the situation calls for. You're going to be very serious. You'll still joke around, but you're going to be very serious. So let's get some cards here. We have Justice. We have the Ace of Coins. Like I said, you're planting seeds. Ace of Coins to me always means you're planting seeds for something. And then we have the Four of Pentacles as well. Some of you are really holding on to this. I think for some of you, this has been a goal, like a long-term goal or something that you've been wanting for a long time. And I'm hearing that it's a good thing that you've always held on to this idea in some way, shape, or form. I feel like maybe some of you have let it go for a little bit and you knew you needed to. Like if you thought about it too much, it would have never happened. So you learned to let go of it enough, but you still held on. One more card. The Fool. I kind of love this combination of you knowing all the answers, but the way you're going to come off to people is that you kind of are very new or you don't know what you're doing. But here's the thing about the Fool. The Fool is very smart. This is an Aquarius. The sign for the Fool is going to be Aquarius. And Aquariuses are really good at looking nonchalant, at looking a little weird, but they're absolute geniuses. And this is how you're going to come off in this phase or in this project that you are taking. You're definitely going to bring a lightheartedness that I feel has been needed, but also the knowledge and the ingenuity. A lot of it has to do, again, with your intuition. And you're going to make it look a little effortless. Like people may hate you for it, quite honestly, because I am feeling a little bit of like envious vibes from certain people. Let me clarify these. That's where the Justice comes through. This is karma. So, this is juicy. Let me just clarify these really quick. Okay, so to clarify Justice, we have the Moon. Yeah, I'm not surprised because I think there's been some shady people in this, whatever it is that you're talking about here or that we're talking about, whatever subject that you have in mind, there's been some shady people trying to throw you off guard. You're going to see their karmic upbringing, or you're going to really show what you're made of. Like, you're going to blow people out of the water and they're just going to look stupid because they try to undermine you, or they try to do some shady stuff to make it look like you didn't know what you were doing, when it turns out you knew more than them. You just didn't care at the time to show it off. Okay, let's clarify the Ace of Coins. The Seven of Swords. Man. Yeah, this is juicy. Like, I'm not one for workplace drama, but sometimes you just get caught up in it, especially when you see like really terrible people working there. I feel like some of you are dealing with this. If not, you might be dealing with a rival, like somebody who does the same thing that you do, especially if you are like if you're an independent business, or if you work for yourself. You're going to see a rival get karmic stuff happen to them. Let's clarify the Four of Coins. We have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, like I said, this is that earth energy coming through. And to clarify the Fool, the Eight of Cups. I love this pile one. Whoever you are, whatever you do, and however you're handling this, I love it. I appreciate your work. Back of the deck, the Devil. Cool. The Devil is Capricorn. Like I said, major Capricorn energy. This will likely happen during Capricorn season, whenever that is. Or you yourself could be a Capricorn. If so, let me know in the comments so I can bless you guys, because I love you guys. Okay, so with Justice and the Moon, like I said, because we have so much major arcana here, like I said, this is a karmic, well, maybe not karmic, let's not call it that, but it's definitely a divinely guided phase of life and energy that you are meant to put yourself in and embody, because justice means that you will be served justice. Justice will be done to you. This is also karmic lessons, not so much for you, but definitely to whoever was trying to be shady here. This person could be either Cancer or Pisces, or they may operate that way, but that they don't even have to be those signs, because what I'm getting is that they definitely like to be manipulative. One of the negative traits of water signs is that they can be very manipulative, but in such an underhanded way that people will never detect it. However, it's going to be shown here. It's going to be shown because when Justice is here to clarify whatever the Moon was keeping muddled and murky, somebody was out there either trying to make you look bad, or trying to throw shade on your name, trying to say that you weren't cut out for this, essentially. And take that how it resonates. This is definitely somebody who, quite honestly, was a little bit jealous. The Moon makes me think of jealousy, again, because of water sign, negative water sign traits. And I love water signs, I really do. But their negative traits can be jealousy. It could also be just being so sure that you are just not, like, whoever this person or people, it could be maybe more people, they just didn't like you, and they were stopping it at nothing to make it seem that you were just not great. Like, they didn't care if you did a good job or not. To them, they just didn't like you for whatever reason. Because honestly, with all this Capricorn energy and even some Aquarius thrown in there, you're very grounded, you're very stable, you know what you're made of. You're a very hard worker, pile one. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. I promise you, you are. The Ace of Coins proves this, because the Ace of Coins is somebody who plants seeds, who knows how to make a stable and solid foundation to grow the fruits of their labor. Excuse me. Like I said, my tongue is still a little bit numb. But to grow the fruits of their labor, to create abundance, to make sure that there is success at every turn here. You're a very valuable person in whatever it is that you do, or you're very high quality, depending again on what your work situation is. With the Seven of Swords, again, there's been something deceitful here, because I'm seeing all this bottom energy as the stuff you don't really want to deal with, all the underhanded things that you've had to deal with in your line of work. But like I said, people have been lying about you or keeping things from you so that you wouldn't succeed, or that you couldn't get ahead. And I feel like this is tied to this Moon character, this Moon person. There's definitely a sense here that they were just doing really stupid things to keep you from getting ahead. Even if that was just speaking bad about you, or not giving you opportunities, or saying that you weren't good enough, when the truth is, whatever this is this person's very delusional, because with the Moon you can also get delusions and illusions, and yeah, this person lives in Delulu land for sure. With the Four of Coins and the Ruler of Coins, because you've held on to this dream for so long, and because you worked so hard, the King of Coins, King of Pentacles, You're going to come out on top. I also see this as somebody with earth sign like energy. I don't think they're an earth sign, but I definitely see somebody looking out for you. This could be an actual person. It could be a spirit guide. Not gonna lie, and if you watch a lot of my readings, you may know this. The King of Pentacles has been showing up in like 99% of my readings, to the point where I'm like, does everybody here have like a really, really grounded spirit guide? If so, if that resonates, by all means take it. If not, it could be an actual person in this workplace or in your field that is looking out for you, that actually has a lot of credibility. Even if they're not in a position of power, they may be the kind of person who's been there so long that they just kind of know everything, that you couldn't fool them at all. You couldn't put anything past them. They'll catch it right away, because either they're very wise or they're just very perceptive here. Like I said, they could be a Capricorn, they could also be a Taurus, Virgo, but I'm getting very heavy Capricorn energy here. I feel like you're both Capricorn bros here, or girls, or whatever, you know, you share the similar signs. And I feel like you both get each other. Even though you keep it very professional, like there's definitely a sense that they look out for you, especially if you're younger than them, because they see how hard you work. They see that you do well. And they honestly believe you deserve better than what you are currently getting. They see that you've held on to this dream, that you've held on to your work ethic for sure. I feel like you, especially if you're in a workplace, you may have kept that work ethic long after a lot of people lose it. Like some people, they get discouraged or disillusioned and they're just like, whatever, I'm not going to work as hard. But you still keep at it. Like there's something about you. Nobody can dim your spirit. That's why the Fool is here. The Fool, even when they've been in something for so long, they always keep that optimism. They keep their hopes up. They go about as if nothing could touch them. Because if you remember in the Rider-Waite, it's the guy about to walk off a cliff and even the dog's barking, like letting him know like, hey, there's danger. But he doesn't care, because you don't know. He might sprout wings and fly. That's definitely you here, pile 1. And like I said, it's going to surprise a lot of people that you do well here, especially when it comes up against this person. And I'm not sure if the karma is like something out of your hands or something that you call them out on, that people will look at and not be able to deny. I feel like, yeah, like you're going to throw some facts in their face and no one will be able to dispute it, and this person's just going to look stupid. I'm getting that. Or if it's not something you do, it could be something somebody else does. Maybe this King of Pentacles person, the Capricorn person, whomever it is. It's just going to be undeniable that this person was trying to make you look bad. And you are going to, you're just going to get out of the situation with this person. The 8 of Cups is you emotionally walking away from something. It's this person. It could also be a situation. I'm not sure if this is like one particular situation or like a bunch of small situations that culminated into one big thing, which is how much this person was just trying to make you look bad when you aren't. Back of the deck energy, the Devil. Like I said, Capricorn energy, but I'm also seeing breaking the shackles of whatever this person bound you to, or whatever this workplace bound you to. I do eventually see you walking away from this though. So you're going to step into this energy of being a leader, but you will only stay there for so long, because there's better opportunities for you, believe it or not. Like I said, karmic lesson, karmic justice here, especially when it comes to this person. I think the main thing here is you making this person look bad so this person can just leave the company, or that this person can be put in their place. Like maybe you were just put in a position of leadership to prove a point, because I think most people know that you're one of the few people who can take this person on. I think like somebody is also tired of this person. They're going to put you in a position where you can actually tell this person to F off, quite frankly. Because I think you're not their only victim. There's quite a few. Not only that, but yeah, this person's just shady. I don't even want to talk about this person. Whoever they are. But yeah, wow. You're going to be very divinely guided in this. And I feel like the people that work with you are going to be very grateful. But regardless, there's success here for you. Even if this was just like a stepping stone to get there. I'm getting in my mind like the 5 of Swords energy, where it's like you win some, you lose some. But in the end, it all works out. We're going to get some cards from the creator, the Sacred Creators Oracle, for some closing advice. And of course, some Pokemon cards. I haven't used those in a while, but this is a Pokemon themed reading, so yeah. But man, that was a good story. And I feel like a lot of people have wanted to see justice be brought to whoever this shady character is. And the fact that you get to be like the hero that takes them down. Like I said, I feel like you didn't want this spotlight, but you end up being in it because this person just kept coming after you. Okay. Or I don't know if it's a person or if it's like people or like a thing. Whatever this thing is. Yeah. We have overrate your intuition. Like I said, pile 1, your intuition is about to amplify to an... no one's going to be able to deny that you are psychic, at least about this current situation. And this is 2, which would be the High Priestess as well. We have Creator Water. You're really good at setting the mood. You're really good at bringing good, happy vibes into a place. I know when they say work is family or this company is like family, it's cheesy and it's stupid. You're one of the few people who could actually make this a thing because you care about people. You care about the integrity of people. You care about their morals. Whoever this person was definitely had very shady morals, and you're kind of done with that kind of situation, especially if this was somebody who was above you or at your level, who was kind of like a rival. You're one of the few people, if you were to start a company, it would feel like a family. Not saying that it would turn, you know, like into an unhealthy family dynamic, but you care about people. You have a big heart. This is part of the reason that karmic justice is going to come through. And then we have our Okami Omikuji. That's pronounced right. Yeah. I've said it so many times. I'm like, there's no way I don't know how to say it by now. Okay, so for my lovely pile 1, let's get 2 of these as well. Ooh, we have a fanatic is one whom redoubles effort when they've forgotten their aim. Yeah, this is that person. They have forgotten their aim and they redouble their efforts. And I feel like they're going to miss. And yeah, it's going to be so obvious. Like, I'm trying to figure like an actual scenario here, but like, especially if it's documented, if there's paperwork involved, I feel like that's how it's going to show. I'm also seeing... I'm seeing a camera. Something's going to be shown on that camera that they are doing. Because either you or somebody you know, or somebody that's like trying to help you bring this person down, or like show their real side, their true intentions, they're going to know exactly where a camera is, and they're going to have them do something that is going to be so obvious. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you're part of this somehow. I'm not sure why. Okay, and okay, you get 2 more. That's okay. We have if you do many things, you may find many sources of purpose. Yeah, I feel like this is not your only option. Whatever this job or career or whatever this is you have multiple channels of income coming in. So this is just one option that you have. I feel like you don't really care about this one specifically because, again, I feel like this person or this situation has kind of burnt you out. We also have if you're presented problems without solutions, some will choose to get used to it. Like I said, some people are just kind of used to being in this energy of like, everything's on fire. Yeah, I'm fine. Like, no, you're not fine. Why are we putting up with this? You're definitely a bringer of change into this workspace, work situation, pile 1. And people, like I said, they're going to be very grateful for the things you did, even if it was very brief. But this is where I leave you, pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of this resonated, let me know. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to just claim a lot of this good energy, by all means, do so in the comments. I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello, pile 2. If you chose Espeon and the Magician, then we have a reading here for you about what energy you are going to embody, or what this situation that you're about to go into calls for you to embody. So you got Espeon, which is a psychic type Pokemon. So right away, very, very intuitive. Or at the very least, you're going to grow your intuition somehow. If you were called to pile 1, I feel like, especially if you're thinking about a work situation, do go to pile 1. But Very psychic energy here. And you also have the amethyst. I mean, I did choose the amethyst to kind of go with the cards, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, some of you are working from your third eye for this situation. You're definitely going to embody a very psychic kind of energy, mostly because you need it. For whatever it is that you're about to do or whatever's going on, you need it. So let's start with the oracles you got. We have the Gaz. Maybe some of you do yoga. Oh, I love this card. It's like in a greenhouse and there's plants everywhere. Yeah, if you were called to pile one because of the little plant boy, then you can go and go to that one. 35, Risk and Dare, which has a unicorn. I associate unicorns with the third eye because of their horn as well. We have Full Moon in Scorpio, Breathe Through the Tension. The Full Moon in Scorpio is under Taurus, so this is a timeless reading. Make sure you check up on when the next Full Moon in Scorpio is. It is going to be during the time of Taurus though. Breathe Through the Tension. I'm going to put this next to yoga because there's a lot of breathing in yoga. We have Deep Emotions, Unknown Feelings, Past Life Influences, number 15. Simplicity. Oh, you actually got 2 rune cards. You also have Algaes. Oh wow. Oh, this is going to be deep, pile 2. And hopefully I don't talk about anything triggering, because what you're doing here is undoing traumas. You're working through traumas here. I'm going to read from the book for these 2. But with Breathe Through the Tension, Risk and Dare, and Deep Emotions, I feel like some of you are going really deep into either past traumas, or you could be doing like past life regression or something, where you're going so deep into your heart and going so deep into your aura, into your history, into your mind, digging very deeply, bringing light and releasing anything that has kept you small, held you back, or kept you from truly living your most expansive, abundant, and beautiful, happy life. I really do feel that some of you are getting into this very psychic energy because you're going to need it. It's part of how you're going to work with undoing past blockages, especially when it comes to the emotions, especially when it comes to like how you were brought up, how it was with your family, and how you were just conditioned to feel that you were less, or that you weren't worthy of all these beautiful things. Because what you're aiming for here is simplicity. Some of you could be getting energy healings, because this is how I always feel. You get to the energy healing, you think nothing's going to happen. It happens, and suddenly you're crying your eyes out over something you didn't realize you hadn't healed. And after that, you feel nothing but light and simple. That's basically how the process of energy healing goes, at least for me, maybe for you as well, pile 2. But oh, I'm getting so excited. And this is something that happens whenever I do energy healings as well. I'll either, well, depending on the situation, sometimes I get like super mad, like super super angry, super mad, and I'll go in thinking, why do I feel like this? Because I know I'm about to release something. And then sometimes, because I am feeling this energy of excitement, like my body, my aura, my higher self knows I'm about to go through a big emotional, psychological breakthrough. So I just get really excited. It's like the excitement of riding a roller coaster. Like, you know, it's going to have its ups and downs, but you're going to have fun, or you're at the very least going to come out feeling renewed. At least that's how I see roller coasters. Only take that metaphor if it resonates, but definitely I feel like some people would consider it an emotional roller coaster, an energetic roller coaster even. I feel like some of you are going to get a big breakthrough in feeling and emotions and in being able to sympathize with the world. I get big heart chakra energy here. It's so beautiful. So whatever you're releasing, it's definitely with it. Well, one, your third eye, because I feel like there's been something blocking you from being completely intuitive and completely in sync with your intuition, especially when it comes to tapping in. Some of you could be learning to channel. And again, this is due to having released a lot of like baggage and emotional insecurities, all kinds of things. Oh, this energy is so beautiful. Pile 2, I'm excited for you. If you're not excited, just know, like, once you're done with this, you're going to get so excited about how you're going to live life. Let me read from the book, though, before I get too carried away with this, because I feel like I could go on a very lovely rant about how you're going to change and what you're going to heal. Healing is so exciting for me. If you ever get excited about healing, know that you are very intuitively gifted, or that you yourself are also a healer. especially like if you go to healings, to energy healings for other people that are uh, performed on you by other people. If you get very excited about that, that's also your calling. You're undoing a lot of stuff within yourself, but there is a very high chance that you have the ability to do what they do. Because it's like, you know how when you want to learn about a subject that you're really passionate and you love about, it's that same feeling. You're going to something that calls to your soul. That's just for those of you who are into it. Of course, this isn't going to be for everybody. I know I am, so that's why I get excited. But I'm so excited I can't even find your cards. Okay, here we go. Algiz, Elk Shield. Algiz is the rune that symbolizes protective forces or the need for them to be built into your life. The elk is an animal that has impressive antlers, forewarning off and fighting enemies, and drawing this card suggests that you need to turn the spotlight on your own defenses so that you are kept safe from negative energy and negative people. Protect yourself by taking care of your own needs, challenging negative thoughts, and ensuring people don't take advantage of your good nature. This card also points to the importance of trusting and following your instincts. Combine an instinctive and intuitive approach to life with a resilient approach to negativity. That lets me know that your intuition will protect you. You're going to learn how to protect yourself from very negative energy, especially those of other people, as well as the energy you pick up. I feel like some of you, especially if you're very empathic, if you're very, empathic, I feel like you pick up energy from people and even negative ones because, again, if you're a natural healer, you will just do this. So you're going to learn how to let go and how to protect yourself, mostly to release, because you need to release it first before you can protect yourself. You release and then you protect, or you protect so that you don't have to absorb these energies. And then I'm going to read Dagas. Dawn, daylight. Dagaz is the rune associated with dawn and daylight and is therefore a symbol of new awareness and hope. To the ancient Norse peoples, each new dawn and the welcome light from the sun breaking through after nighttime uncertainty was a miracle. So whenever Dagaz appears in a reading, it tends to be a very good sign indeed. Success is on the cards. However, to ensure the success materializes, it is important you continue on a path of self-improvement and think and act positively. Yeah. I love this because here we have like this dark energy. It looks like a tent and like this is the outside and there's like all this like this scary stuff, the snake, the insecurities, whatever. This is giving me like 9 of Swords energy, and here is the dawn. So you're going to go from this to this. You're going to break through the darkness to see the light. And oh, I love this so much. I love this for you, pile 2. You're going to become so intuitive. You're going to learn to see things very differently. And I really love this risk and dare. I feel like some of you are taking a risk when it comes to tapping into your psychic energy. I feel like some of you may have feared it. I know this is especially true with people who naturally have that gift. They don't develop it. They don't look at it because a part of them is kind of afraid of the things they'll see. Some people are afraid of being intuitive because they're afraid of knowing the truth. Because sometimes the truth can hurt and sometimes the truth isn't all that great. But I'm here to let you know, pile 2. Just take a risk. Would you rather sit in truth or would you rather be lied to or keep the truth from yourself? I don't think you're being lied to. I feel like you're I'm hearing numbing yourself from the truth, if that makes any sense. But breathe through the tension. The past life influences, like I said, past life regression could be a thing for you as well. Unknown feelings. You're going to unearth emotions you didn't know you had about certain things, especially in your past or about current situations. You know how you don't realize how much something impacted you until like you look back at it and you just start bawling your eyes out? It's that kind of energy. It's that kind of situation. I'll do this sometimes. I'll be scrolling through Instagram and I think there's nothing wrong with me, but then I'll see like a video or a photo of a specific dog that reminds me of a dog that used to be in my life, and I'll just start, bawling my eyes out because I didn't realize that dog had such an impact on me. It's that kind of energy. So that's just an example. Some of you could be Scorpios. I'm also getting a lot of honestly mostly Scorpio, which I love because it's the death card in tarot, and that's a transformation. This is definitely going to transform you. Like that goes without saying, pile 2. So let's move on to the tarot to see what energy you're about to embody. Let's go ahead and just take this magician. I'm going to keep her here because magician is being able to manifest anything and everything you want. You will have all the tools necessary to go through this, believe it or not. Even if you think you don't, you are. You're going to either learn them or they're going to come to you in some kind of auspicious way. You're going to find the right people. You're going to find the right resources. It's going to happen for you. You just have to believe. And the fact that I'm channeling so clearly right now without even, it's like I'm not thinking. It's just like the words are coming through because Spirit loves you. Your intuition loves you and wishes you would use it more. So for my pile 2. Oh, I'm so excited. I love this. Okay. We have the 2 of Swords. You're going to keep this secret for sure. We have the King of Cups, emotional maturity, emotional power over yourself, being able to take control of your emotions. Not saying that you're going to stifle or tell your emotions what to do, but you're going to be able to own up to them, to feel them, to process them and understand why you have them, and then let them go and allow to be a better person because of this. What's another card for my pile 2? We have the 7 of Swords. You're unearthing something that's been kept hidden from you. It's not exactly lies, but it's definitely secrets, especially with the 2 of Swords here. And one more card. We have, okay, you get 2 cards. 2 of Coins with Balance and the Ace of Cups. This is going to lead to a new era of self-love. Like I said, heart chakra opening here, that's the Ace of Cups. I love this, especially because the King of Cups is here. You literally have the first and last card of the Cups suit. So your emotional well-being is going to be on point, to put it simply, because you are going to be in an era of simplicity. Let's go ahead and clarify the rest of these to get a better look at what you are going to tap into. Ooh, I love this energy for you, pile 2. To clarify the 2 of Swords, we have the Seeker of Pentacles, the Seeker of Coins. This is a Page of Pentacles. This is going to be something that's going to start here, but you're going to take it on for the rest of your life. You're definitely going to grow this ability, this skill, whatever it is, because your intuition is going to become a skill to you. It's going to be something that you use. And maybe this is partly why you're called to pile 1. I feel like you were meant to see this pile first and then pile 1 second. So again, if you were called to that, especially if it has something to do with your workplace, go to pile 1. I typically don't give that kind of advice, but because your intuition is so strong, coming through me, I'm just being a channel for you. Coming through me, it's telling you if you have a workplace situation that you're thinking about, go to pile 1. Okay, so the King of Cups, let's clarify. Then we have, the Seeker of Swords. This is beginner energy. All the pages, all the seekers here are beginner energy. You're definitely going to be a newbie. You're going to start seeing things from a different perspective with the Page of Swords here, especially when it comes to your emotions. I feel like some of you have been very emotionally numb, and that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, especially because you have like a survival mode that you've been needing to live in to get through life, essentially. Let's get another card. For the 7 of Swords, we have the 3 of Cups. Oh, this is beautiful. So this is what happened when I had my first true energy healing. First or second, I can't remember. My most impactful energy healing. I felt like singing, dancing, listening to music. I felt so joyful. And if you ever see people like just in regular life, like you're going about your day and you ever see people that are just like laughing, dancing, having fun for no reason, like they may be working or they may just be, out shopping and suddenly they're just like in a good mood. That's how you're going to be. You're going to be living in that energy. Even if you think it's silly, even if you think it's stupid, whenever you see it, you will no longer see it that way. Again, your perspective is changing because you're finally coming into truth. You're undoing all these secrets, all these lies that you've been fed throughout your life. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh my God. Like, I don't know why I'm so excited, but I'm so excited for you, pile 2. Okay, let's clarify these two cards. Because they were I was only supposed to get 4, but because you're so abundant and because the universe loves you, you get 2. So let's clarify. You get the World. Oh, this is beautiful. I love this card. This is a happy ending card. Like I said, you're going to feel amazing. You're going to feel like a new person. You're going to feel like you just closed a very difficult chapter in your life. That was a very loud card. Like, it made weird noises too. Take that card as confirmation, pile 2, that you're closing a chapter on one era of your life. Oh, there we go. Back of the deck energy, 5 of Swords. Okay. I'm going to keep it here because, like I said, 5 of Swords is like win some, lose some. What you lose is the reality you used to live in that was keeping you down, that was keeping you in this energy of fear and lies and, if not lies, then at the very least of like concealing the truth. What you gain is intuition and a whole new way of moving through life. It is Such beautiful energy. Pile 2, if you have this experience, I'm not telling you to claim it because I feel like some people are not going to be ready for it. But when you are ready for it, and if you do claim it, and if you have this experience, let me know in the comments, please. I love this energy for you. I don't think you understand. This will transform your life. But let's start over here with the Two of Swords and the Seeker of Coins. Like I said, this is going to be a journey that you hold on for the rest of your life. The 2 pages here, the Page of Coins and the Page of Swords. These are this is stability and knowledge, intelligence, intellect, information, and durability. This is something that's going to impact you for the rest of your life. This is like knowledge that you're going to take with you forever, essentially, into your next life, to the grave, whatever you want to say. I really do feel like you're going to learn how to unearth secrets. You're no longer going to be that person who never knows the answer to anything, because your intuition is going to come through, tap into what you need to know, and tell you everything you need to know. Doesn't matter what the situation is. You're going to be so intuitive. People are going to wonder, what's their secret? How do they just know everything? How do they just know how things happen? This is such beautiful energy. I truly love this for you with the King of Cups. Like I said, a lot of it has to do with your emotions, believe it or not. I feel like your emotions are something that you've either been terrified of, or you just really don't tap into, you really don't care, or you could be on the other side and maybe you deal with them a little too much. Maybe you're a little bit over emotional, or you just, I don't know. I feel like it could be either or. Either you don't use them enough or you use them too much. You're going to learn how to master this regardless. You're going to learn how to, you're going to learn to understand why you have emotions and why you chose to be a human being with emotions, essentially. Like, there's a reason we were reincarnated to live the kind of life we want. You're going to learn about that too. With the 7 of Swords and the 3 of Cups, I'm getting a few things, but 7 of Swords is lies. It's deceit. It's the things that have been kept from you. It could be due to the environment around you, because typically the 3 of Cups, it can be friends and can be socializing. It could also be partying, but you're going to learn how to discern the people around you. Your friend group may change. The people you decide to hang out with may change, especially if you have like a group of people that you like to go drinking with a lot. Because let's face it, when we drink, we like to deceive ourselves that, well, one, the alcohol is somehow making us better people. Not all the time. I know it can loosen you up. Like, I'm not hating on it at all, because personally for me, it loosens me up and it allows me to be a little bit more open with people, but only after, 1 or 2 drinks. After that, I don't really need anything else. But if you're somebody who's been relying on any kind of substance to mask the fact that you're not exactly the person you present to be, you're going to undo this. And this is not going to be for everybody. Take this only if it resonates. Again, I'm not trying to shame you for doing any kind of substance or anything here. I think it can all be really fun and good in moderation and if used responsibly, of course. But there's definitely a feeling here that you've been numbing yourself somehow. It could have been with drink. It could have been with substances. It could have been with the people you surrounded yourself with. You could be surrounded by people who you don't really resonate with, but maybe you just hang out with them because you need somebody to hang out with, or you've known them forever. Whatever the case may be, you're going to learn the truth about this situation, about them. It could, in some cases, it could be your family as well. Because like I said, we are undoing family trauma here, and we're releasing that. With the 2 of Coins and the Ace of Cups, 2 of Coins is setting things in moderation. It's balance. It's knowing when to, it's balance, but on a very personal scale and on a very everyday kind of scale. The Ace of Cups, you're going to open up so beautifully. I feel like you're not going to be recognizable after this situation, after having gone through all of this, especially with the world. The world is absolute transformation. It's a happy ending. Like I said, it's the ending of an old chapter, the opening of a new one, and it's going to be so, so good. There's a reason that why when this is interpreted in like a very physically intimate kind of context, it's the O card. It's the big O. That's how it's going to feel like, believe it or not. Like, you're finally able to just release all this pent-up tension you had within yourself emotionally and breathe. That was one of the cards you had, was just breathe deeply, wasn't it? I don't even know where I put your cards, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah, because you had yoga. You're just going to feel so amazing after this whole thing. And like I said, you win some, you lose some. You lose all the lies you had to tell yourself, and you gain knowledge and truth. Typically, this is like a bad card. Typically, this is like a disappointing card. But in this case, no. Because what you're gaining is better than what you're losing. Underneath the Strength card, this is you conquering your fears and gaining courage. Oh, this is so beautiful, pile 2. Let me know what's going on if you want to. I feel like some of this could be heavy stuff. So if you don't want to, you don't have to. But please let me know because this is pretty amazing. Okay, we're going to get your advice cards. We have, let's start with the Pokemon cards because this is a Pokemon themed reading. So for my lovely Espeon crew over here with the Magician, we have, ooh, intuition has limits. Oh my god, I didn't even realize this was a card. I didn't know there was a card about intuition. But also Onyx. That's cool. I love it. Onyx is a rock type Pokemon. You could take that to mean Earth, of course, or any kind of like really stable sign. I'm thinking of all the cardinal signs: Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, and Libra. Okay, I don't know why that specifically was coming through, but intuition has limits. Honestly, though, I feel like you're only going to take on a certain amount of intuitive power. You're not going to take it in all the way. Like I said, this is going to be a lifelong process, or you're going to learn a little bit about it every day. You're going to take it at your own pace. Intuition doesn't have limits. Quite honestly, I feel like if you are putting limits on it, you're doing that yourself. But personally, I believe intuition has no limits. Let's get another one. That's so amazing. I didn't realize this was a card. It's been a while since I've gone through these. But the fact that you get an intuitive card, 2 intuitive Pokemon cards, actually. Let's get another one. Never test the depth of water with both feet. So I feel like you're limiting yourself a little bit when it comes to this, and that's fair. I feel like it's smart to take it day by day. Like, I don't think you want to crack open your whole third eye on the first day because it might be a little bit much. So I feel like this is a sign to pace yourself here, but also don't give up. I actually love this. Also, I can't remember if it was Onyx or one of the things he evolves into, Steelix or whomever. Yeah, because there's a horn here, like a unicorn. But it's a little bit above his third eye. I would say that would be the crown, which makes sense because the third eye and the crown chakra work hand in hand in intuition. And then we're going to get 2 cards from the Sacred Creators Oracle. Man, I love this reading. I love the energy that I've been feeling. This is well piled too. It feels exhilarating. It really does. Maybe just because I'm a natural channeler and intuitive, so I really revel in this kind of energy. And hopefully you do too. I really do hope you get this feeling. It's like, you know, after you just went on a merry-go-round or like any kind of amusement park ride, after you get off of that and you're like, wow, that was fun. That's what this feels like. Oh, wow, I love it. Okay, so 2 cards from the Sacred Creators Oracle. We have Cozy Up with Risk. A lot of stuff about risk is coming through here. I'm wondering if some of you consider this risky to know the truth. Especially if you're somebody who has a hard time trusting, or if you know you're just surrounded by a negative environment. You're taking a risk about revealing the truth. Because then you know everything in your life is going to change. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. After all, if you do have Scorpio placements, like the Oracle cards were saying, you're probably very used to this. All right, and one more card. Rise. Oh, this is so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is Rise. You're going to cozy up with risk and rise above it. I don't know what to tell you, Pile 2, but this is going to be one heck of a ride, and I am so happy for you. Like, just let me know how it goes. Let me know if anything happens here. Maybe you're already going through this, or you just, like, started this, whatever this may be. But this is where I leave you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, Pile 3. If you chose our little Miss or Mr. Eevee here, then we have your reading here for you about what energy you are going to embody, or at the very least, what you should be embodying in the thing you are going to undertake or what endeavor you're doing. It's been very interesting. A lot of the scenarios have been very specific. So if this doesn't resonate, we do have 3 other piles. However, you can also choose multiple piles, especially you, my Eevee pile, because you have all these options. So if you were drawn to any of them, by all means do so. But we're going to start with the oracles you chose. So we have Eeveelution with Eevee here. I'm sorry if I say Little Miss Eevee. I don't mean to assume Eevee's gender here. It's just me and my family have a dog who is a Pomeranian, and of course she makes us think of Eevee, and I just think of our dog whenever I see Eevee. So The cards you have are River of Blessings, Releasing Constraints, number 47. Oh, I like this. We also have Thriving. We have Inguas. For Established Priorities. And full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. The full moon in Capricorn is going to be under Cancer, so this is a timeless reading. Check your calendars to see when the next Capricorn full moon will be. I just know it'll be sometime either late June or early July. And take that into account for either when this is happening or if that's just going to be an important time for you. Some of you could also be Capricorn moons, of course. And if so, well, I don't know. I'm not going to suggest you go to a certain pile, but Moon and Capricorn has been coming up a lot in these readings. So first things first, you're releasing something, and because of this, you're going to be thriving. And whatever it is that you're releasing, it doesn't matter. You're going to get blessings because of this. And I've seen this a lot, actually. Like, for example, there have been times when I released like a romantic partner or a specific love interest, and as soon as I do, I get so many opportunities. I had to let go of a situationship at one point. As soon as I said no to him, I literally got like 3 job offers in that same week. It was quite incredible. And that's the same energy I'm getting for you, pile 3. Whatever it is that you're saying no to, know that you're going to get some blessings. Because the River of Blessings literally makes me think that you're just going to get so much confirmation that what you did was the right thing to do. And it doesn't necessarily have to be letting go of people. It could be letting go of a job, of a place, of a habit that you may have. I think especially for most of you, it's going to be a habit. Whether it's like an emotional habit or whether it's an actual physical habit of like... it could be anything, honestly. But once you let go of this, do expect good things to come through because you're establishing priorities here. Because you've been prioritizing whatever was holding you back. I am getting a little bit of the Devil card from tarot, by the way. This has been holding you back, and it hasn't allowed you to really take note of what your true priorities are, which number 1 should always be you and your well-being. And number 2 should be anybody who you have chosen to take care of. And I'm mostly talking about children as well as pets, but it could also be your family. But definitely establish priorities here. And I feel like most of you have kind of been in a trance about this, or you've been a little bit clouded about whatever this was, because I'm not even seeing like a terrible habit. Like, I'm not seeing anything that was too unhealthy, but it was definitely clouding your vision because you weren't seeing the reality of it. For example, let's say you were in a situationship and you thought that it was fine because you weren't looking to commit and you wanted to be with someone who also didn't want to commit. But the truth is, there was something about this person or the actual situation, whatever was going on, that was not allowing you to either focus on yourself, focus on your goals, or focus on, honestly, whatever else should have been more important than this person. You were taking time out of your day, out of your life for this thing that wasn't going anywhere except fulfilling maybe 1 or 2 needs that, again, were not that important. Take that only if it resonates. If you are in a healthy situationship, which I'm sure those can exist, you don't have to listen to that. That was just an example. Another thing could be maybe habits. Maybe you have a habit of just like sitting watching TV all evening instead of like, I don't know, you could be using that time to focus on your health by either meal prepping or doing some sort of workout, or even just organizing yourself for the next day. Like, there's nothing wrong with taking evenings off to watch TV all night, but there has to be a moment where, you know, you take a day or 2 out of the week to actually focus on bettering yourself. And the reality was you were just kind of wasting away and being numbed by watching TV or YouTube or whatever it is. And I'm saying that from having been there. I know how that feels. The priorities are, again, your health. Because whatever this priority is, it's people. It's people and it's soul and it's family and it's friendships. I feel like some of you might be in a little bit of hermit energy. Or you have been in hermit energy for a while where you're just keeping yourself away, not wanting to talk to anybody. And again, sometimes life calls for that. Sometimes you do need to be away from people to collect yourself, gather yourself, and focus on, making yourself, either emotionally stable or mentally stable, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes you just need to focus all the attention on yourself. But there comes a time when it can be a little bit much and you need to go outside and go with your friends, go be with family. Just, you will know what it is. Or maybe you don't, pile 3. I'm not sure. I guess we'll look at that in the tarot. I am going to read from the book for Ingwas here. But regardless, just take notice of where you feel you are wasting your time, or where you could, and you will know because it'll feel a little stale. Whatever it is that you're doing, you will feel like it doesn't give you joy anymore, or it doesn't give you that, it doesn't make you feel alive anymore. Like it doesn't give you the same rush that it used to give you. But with Ingwas, we have Earth Sacred. Ingwas is linked to sexuality and fertility and is a sign of passion in a relationship or tremendous creativity in work or business. There is strong energy driving you forward. And if this exciting and positive momentum continues, success is likely. Now is a time for glorious new beginnings, and you are encouraged to seize the moment. Ingwas truly carries with it a sense of magical possibility and the promise of peace, relief, and happiness and inner growth, as long as you don't allow fear to hold you back. I meant to say inner growth. I think it sounded like inner growth. Inner growth, as long as you don't allow fear to hold you back. Sometimes it is not our limitations, but our ability to shine that we fear. This card is encouraging you to step forward and shine brightly. So, I'm not getting too much of the love aspect of this, but fertility can also be creativity. That would be being creatively fertile, where you're just ripe with ideas and inspiration to take on something new or do new things. I feel like some of you have either felt that you've run out of this, or have been in a bit of like you're on the precipice of a new beginning, but you're kind of holding yourself back. And I think this is part of the reason you've been distracting yourself with whatever this thing that was holding you back was. Like I said, take a reality check. I feel like some of you are just about to walk through a door, but you're like, maybe not. Maybe let me go do this instead, or let me focus on this. Whatever it is that you were focusing on, it was just a distraction. It was just a distraction. I'm hearing somebody's guides is coming through and saying, it was just a distraction, baby. I don't call anybody baby, so I don't know why that was coming through. So I don't know if you had somebody in your life who called you a baby. Maybe like a grandmother or grandfather or something along those lines. But yeah, this was a distraction, and you need to wake up and get ready to move forward. Essentially, again, establish priorities. You have the possibility to thrive here, and you're just not taking that chance. You're not taking that opportunity. And I feel like, again, it's going to be different for everybody. So take whatever resonates. It could be moving on from a temporary job that you know was just paying the bills, or moving on from a person that you know was just, like I said, a situationship or something non-committal, or I don't know, whatever this situation was, whatever habit you have, it was temporary because, okay, it met its need, it distracted you, but now we have to keep going, we have to move along. I feel like I don't know. I am noticing a lot of full moons here, even here. And I know a lot of these cards, the spiritual cards, will be very moon-based, very full of moon imagery. But we gotta remember, the full moon is, it's not a new moon. It's not the end of a new moon. It's the big culmination of a lot of things coming together. I feel like some of you are about to embark on something that is like your full moon phase of life, where instead of being in a beginner energy or like more towards an ending energy, you're going into something where it's going to be a big part of your life. It's going to be a catalyst for a lot of growth. Not even growth, honestly. I feel like it's like when you, and this is an example, I'm not saying anybody here is engaged. When you get engaged, that's just one of the steps towards the wedding. And what this full moon is the wedding. You want to be there to celebrate it, to enjoy it, to live life. And then after that, of course, is the honeymoon and then the happily ever after and whatever. So this is what we're building towards. We're building towards this big, I guess, crescendo is another word to use for it. Like, we're leading up to the main event here. This next phase of your life, or the energy you are embodying, is getting ready for this main event in your life. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. My pile 3, my little Eevees. But Yeah, let's move on to the tarot to see what else is coming through. We're using the Weaver Tarot Journeys edition for my lovely pile 3. I can't remember how many cards I pulled. It's a different day that I'm filming this particular pile because I have to find the time to film some of this stuff. But let's see. We have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, like I said, some of you have been at like the end of something and you're just prolonging the next phase. Let me turn on the light to see if that helps any. There we go, much better. These holographic cards are very pretty, but the lighting can be tricky if it's not like full sunlight or daylight. Okay, so my pile 3, we have the Chariot. Yeah, time to move forward. We gotta go. Get in the car, loser. We're going on our next adventure. Of course, you're not a loser, pile 3. I'm just quoting Mean Girls here. We also have the King of Wands. You guys are gonna have such a lovely energy to you. A lot of you are going to step into this power of being charismatic and the center of attention, drawing attention, and like knowing what to do with that influence that you have. We also have the Eight of Wands. Very interesting. So to clarify these, was I using the same deck? Are you both using the same deck? All right, to clarify the Ten of Swords, we have the Four of Coins. Yeah, some of you have been holding on to this, to whatever this stale, stagnant energy was for a while, that habit that kept you there. To clarify the Chariot, we have the Pillar. The Pillar is the High Priestess. It's like even your intuition is going to push you along. What this makes me think, well, first of all, let me make sure that the Pillar, this is actually the Empress, right? Yes, it is the Empress. But like I said, I was talking about being very fertile with creativity here. So I feel like a lot of you are, we can speak about the divine feminine, but that's not coming through as strongly because I did mistake it for the High Priestess, and the High Priestess makes me think of intuition. And what that was making me think of was that your guides are going to kind of nudge you in a direction. So it's going to be one of those ready or not, you're doing this. Like sometimes that happens. Like I remember when I lived with my parents or when I was younger, I would always just suddenly be thrusted into things that they wanted me to do. But sometimes it would be things that were meant for me to happen. Like, for example, I got LASIK surgery just kind of out of nowhere. They suggested it and they went ahead and, had me have it. And I really do feel like it changed my life because suddenly I was able to, I didn't have to rely on contacts or glasses. And that was just one less thing that, bogged me down because I had been wearing glasses since I was like 6 years old. I was a baby when I started wearing glasses, and I don't know, like it was just such a different way of living. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with glasses or contacts if you wear them. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them at all. But personally, I loved not having to deal with them. It was one less thing on my mind in my list of getting ready because I like to get up and go. And likewise, your guides are wanting you to get up and go here. With this beautiful Empress energy. But let's clarify the rest of them before I get too carried away. To clarify the King of Wands. Ooh. The Knight of Cups. I like it when the Knight of Cups shows up. Okay, and to clarify the Eight of Wands, because Knight of Wands doesn't necessarily have to be a love interest, so that could be the case. It could also be, again, creative energy, but this is like, you know how some musicians or some entertainers just have that thing where they're very charming, but they're also very creative? Like I could list any number of them, like Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny, Drake, just anybody. Like they have a charm, but they're also really good at what they do. That's what the Knight of Cups makes me think. Especially when we have the wands here with the King of Wands. So this is somebody who can command a room, but also bring charm and creative and almost like a sense of, if you're in the entertainment business, this is especially the case. These are two very good placements for you, two very good cards for you. But even if you have something like like a social media account or anywhere where you have some sort of public image, this is going to be very good because people are going to see all the things that you create. You're going to inspire them. There's going to be like the fruits of your labor are going to be things that other people can enjoy. And let me clarify the Eight of Wands. Like I said, I get carried away with what I get sometimes. Let's see. The Anchor. So we have the Empress and the Emperor. And I don't mean this to get romantic, but there will be a romance section of this that I'm going to read. Because I was using the example of like leaving a situationship and an ex in the oracles. I feel like for some of you, this is going to resonate. If not, by all means, just ignore it. Or maybe take inspiration from it if you need to relay that kind of advice to friends going forward. Because I don't know if you've noticed this, even if something doesn't resonate for me in a tarot reading sometimes, I'll see, like, I will know people for who that resonates for, or who would be going through something like that. And then I'll think, I should tell them that next time. So sometimes when you hear messages, they're not always meant for you. It could be their higher selves or their guides wanting you to remember it so that you can tell them that. Sometimes you're just a messenger, and that's okay, especially because I feel like this would be advice you would want them to hear because you love them. But that's just a little side note. Back of the deck energy. King of Coins. I really need to do something about the King of Coins, the King of Pentacles, because he shows up in a lot of my readings. But I'm just taking this to mean that your spirit guides are with you, because one of my spirit guides, a very close and loving spirit guide, is a King of Coins, a King of Pentacles type of character. So, yeah, just know that your guides are coming through wanting you to know some of these things. Because I was mentioning that your guides are going to push you in a certain direction if you don't choose to get out of this funk that you are in, or this situation, this habit, whatever it is. You're going to be forced out of it. So it's like you can choose. You can get yourself out of it, or they're going to throw you out of it. Because I feel like it's time for that ending. But let's start over here with the Ten of Swords and the Four of Coins. Because you're definitely holding on to this... The Ten of Swords is an ending, but it's one where you were left very hurt, or at the very least, very mentally effed up somehow, very mentally messed up. And I could take this, well, you could take this to mean several ways. Either somebody was messing with you, again, mentally, maybe even emotionally, or you allowed yourself to, again, get very... you were not in a clear state of mind. Let's just put it that way. And what this could have turned out to be was putting you in a small... non-medically diagnosed bout of anxiety or depression. Like it would have just been a phase of it, and whatever you were using to distract yourself from it was really just to distract yourself from the fact that you were processing emotions or a certain situation that, and at the same time it's like you didn't want to let it go. Like you wanted to distract yourself from processing this because part of you kind of didn't want to let it go because you were holding on to that whole situation. I keep saying situation, but that whole mess, you were holding on to it because a part of you felt that if you let it go, then I don't know, like you were holding on to something and maybe you wanted this thing back, and it's okay to admit that. I mean, it's hard to let things go sometimes, but the truth is you were meant for so much more. You were meant for so much more. I keep hearing baby and baby girl, so I don't know if you had like a grandparent that called you this, or that still calls you this, if it's just their higher self coming through. But I keep hearing that, like somebody literally is trying to talk to you like you're just this sweet, innocent child, and you need to let this toy that you probably really, really want, but is either not in the budget or is just not going to be that fun when you take it home. Yeah, I feel like you need to let this go, whatever it is. Because with the Chariot and the Empress here, you're going to get shoved out of this situation regardless. Someone's going to come into your house, kick you off the couch and be like, hey, let's go. And if you have friends or family like that, I feel like that might literally be the case. Whatever's happening, it's going to happen whether you like it or not. The only way you consented to this was in like a soul contract. But it's going to be good for you, I promise. It's going to be out of love, and it's going to be something that is going to be, like I said, very, very nurturing, honestly. Like, I'm not sure if you're going on vacation or if you're going to a spa or if you're going to do something with like, because the feminine energy is coming through a little bit, and that it's going to heal either the feminine aspect of you or I'm just getting like spa, vacation. You're going to be pampered. You're going to be maybe even baby. Somebody calls you baby. Let me know in the comments, pile 3, if somebody does do this. It could even be a friend that like lovingly calls you this. But there's definitely a feeling that the way this is going to start is it's going to be something that is soothing and easy. And it could even be like friends asking you to go get your hair done or nails done, or to go to the barbershop. If you know, whatever it is, it's like you're going to pamper yourself first. I'm kind of seeing maybe some friends want you to start looking a little bit more groomed up because they're trying to set you up. Only take that if it resonates, because like I said, for some of you there's a little bit of a romantic thing going on here, because you need to look your best. Like I said, the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups, this is you having a public image, because Wands energy is fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and they're all pretty good at putting on like this showsmanship. Like they're really good at being in the public eye. They're very comfortable with having a lot of attention on them. And I feel like likewise, you're going to draw a lot of attention, particularly either creative, again, if you have a creative field, if you work in a creative field, or if you have some sort of job that requires you to be creative, or romantic interest, depending on what the situation is. Because I'm feeling 2 very different things. One is like a job type situation, and one is a romance type of situation, but it could be any of those other things as well. In some cases, you could just be, what's another thing for the being okay with expressing your emotions. I am sorry if you can hear that. I always hear like new sounds of vehicles in this neighborhood. But it's you being open with creative expression, because like I said, Wands energy is very public. It can be very it's good at expressing itself to others, but Cups is emotional. So I feel like some of you are going to learn how to be very vulnerable with others, including those that aren't even the closest to you. Not that you're oversharing, but I feel like you can empower people through the things you have gone through emotionally. Maybe even this last thing you just went through. I feel like it's going to be okay for you to share your story in a respectful way, of course, but it's definitely a feeling that you're going to be in the public eye, and you're going to have to look good because you got something to say, or you got something to display, or something to do. And looking good is going to help you with it. I'm not saying that you already don't look good, pile 3, and I'm not saying that you have to undergo like a big makeover or anything, but it's definitely time to, clean up a little bit and do your thing. Yeah, I'm being shown like a stage and like people shoving you on stage. Maybe some of you are actors as well, or do something in the entertainment business. With the 8 of Wands and the Anchor. So the Anchor, like I said, is Emperor energy. There is a balance here of masculine and feminine energies, with which I like for you, pile 3. That's always a good anytime I see like either the Empress or Emperor, or like the King and Queen of any element, it means that this is a very well balanced energy that you are either embodying or stepping into. And I definitely feel like you're embodying it, because some of you have been honestly not in either of them. You've just been in stagnant energy. And with the 8 of Wands here, this is, I'm trying to remember what it is in the Rider-Waite. But it's definitely, I feel like some of you have been working up to something, but right before you get to present it, or right before you get to do anything about it, you kind of stop, because you know that if you go forward with it, it's going to change everything, or people are going to say something about it. It's almost like you wanted this prolonged pause before you have to keep going with life, or keep going with whatever it is that you were doing, because it's definitely, let me read from the book, because I feel like I'm missing out something about the 8 of Wands. Oh, okay, this is going to happen fast. Like I said, oh yeah, and especially with the Chariot here. Okay, now I remember. But okay, let me read anyway. Okay. I remembered what it was. It's quick action. But because of the way so typically these are supposed to be like really fast looking, but these all look like a wheel somehow. Like they're all pointing at this the skull of the cow skull. Is that what that is? 8 of Wands, potential, faith, and flow. This card indicates that the universe is opening up an energetic river of potential. River of potential. What was that one card you had? River of blessing. Something about rivers here. You're going to have an influx of potential, blessings, income, love, adoration. It's like you're going to keep flowing in all the good stuff somehow. Maybe creative projects, money in some cases, because we have the Emperor here. This is masculine energy. You are going to be in control of this. You're going to be in control of this river of flow. It is giving me channeling energy for those of you who channel. I've been talking a little bit more about that recently, so if that doesn't resonate with you, by all means just ignore it. But there is a feeling here that you're going to be getting a lot more than you expected, and it's going to flow so seamlessly, so easily, because it's like you've been holding yourself back with small little habits or even small little emotional or mental blockages that you weren't aware of. Because whatever it is, honestly, it's going to be a lot easier to let go than you think. It took its time, you know? It's like having to do a chore that you know is only going to take 5 minutes at the most, but you decided to wait all day to do it. It's that kind of energy, whatever it is that you're letting go. And then once you do it, like everything is way better. Everything feels better. And in some cases, like I said, if you're looking for a romantic partner or to call in like a lot better love interest, especially if that situationship thing was resonating earlier, same thing. You're going to get like a bunch of suitors, a lot of people interested in you because you're going to look good and because you made the effort to, like I said, it's not a big makeover. It could just be small things here and there, like a small, simple haircut or, I don't know, changing your perfume, just something minuscule. Literally, you're not going to have to do a lot. That's the thing, by the way, about this whole reading. You're going to move forward and you're not going to have to do a lot. It just seems like it's going to be a lot, but it's not. So, like I said, your guides are saying you can do this yourself or we can shove you in that direction. It's your choice. And they're saying it so lovingly. But I do love that the King of Pentacles came here because this is, again, being in control of your life and being in control of, in some cases, finances, in some cases, health, but definitely long-lasting feelings of control over your life, which I think is something everybody would be happy to have. But wow, this is pretty awesome. And I really do love that, yeah, I love that you have guides so loving enough that they're willing to make you do things you don't want to do. It's like wanting to give a dog or a cat a bath. You know they don't want to, and you know it doesn't even take that long. They just have to make such a big deal out of it. Maybe that's why they keep calling you baby, because you're kind of acting like a baby. Again, with so much love, pile 3, with so much love. But let's move on to some closing advice for you. We are using, let's start with the Pokemon cards. These are always fun, because this is an Eeveelution themed reading. Let me know what your favorite Pokemon is down in the comments below. I ask that in every Pokemon themed reading, but I think I've forgotten the last 2 piles. That's okay. Let's see. We have never test the depth of water with both feet. This came out in another pile. I can't remember which one. But definitely no, that's not a river. That's just water. A lot of water energy, so maybe some of you are water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but also something about emotions. Your emotions might be getting in the way. Never test the depth of water with both feet. Let me get another one to clarify this one, actually. One step at a time is what I'm hearing. Okay. And take the risk. Okay, I love that. Take the risk, but do it one step at a time. Yeah, there was another pile that had this very same message. I can't remember what it was. I honestly can't. But again, go ahead, take the risk, but do it at your own pace. Just don't remain stagnant. Don't remain in the past energy, because you have to keep going. Don't remain with that bad habit that was distracting you from going forward. Just keep moving forward, even if it's one baby step at a time. And then we have the Sacred Creators Oracle. If I get another house in the future, I'm going to make sure I'm nowhere near a road. Because this is a little ridiculous. Any other place that I've ever lived in, the cars have never been this loud. I do not understand it. All right, so For my pile 3, we have fall in love with your own story. Like I said, some of you have something to express or something to share about your personal story, or like an emotional story, I guess. Something that changed your life. Some of you have to share with other people because you will inspire them, or it will inspire you to create something beautiful, create something better. But definitely fall in love with your own story. This is also reminding me to tell you guys to prioritize yourself. You should always be number one, because if you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of anybody else? And then, bliss is worth creating from, for, and from. Oh, I love this. Yeah, you guys are going to create bliss. I also love how these two look very similar in colors. One has a little bit more red and one has a little bit more orange, but still. I'm hearing to get just one more for you, pile 3. Okay, I guess you get 2 more. Magic happens when you most expect it. Like I said, some of you, well, no, I didn't say this. Some of you have to kind of believe it before you can see it, whatever it may be. And then step ahead. One step ahead is all you need. And this goes over here. Because like I said, one step at a time, step ahead, one step ahead. Just do the one thing today to get you closer to what it is that you need to do, or what it is that you need to accomplish here. Some of you will know what I'm talking about, and then others of you may not know. So the one step might just be to, well, quit that bad habit you have, or quit the people, area, situation, whatever it is that you have. Just let it go. Even if it's in your mind, just let it go, and then everything else will follow. But this is all I have for you, pile 3. I'm excited for you. These are all such lovely cards. A lot of heart stuff is coming through as well. So do expect an opening within your heart space, within your self-love area. But yeah, I'm having a hard time letting this pile go, just because I feel like you could use a lot more encouragement. But this is where I leave you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose Glaceon Frost, then we have your reading here for you today about what energy you are going to embody going forward with this new endeavor or situation. I am sorry if you can hear the dogs barking. This dog decided to get really loud as soon as I started to record. But there was a message coming through for you for my Glaceon pile. So you're somebody who's kind of full of contradictions, and either you are very picky, or you are somebody who's a little bit I never like saying it this way, because I feel like you're not easy to get to know, but once people know you, they really like you. And again, it's because you're very picky. You have a very picky aura about you, and I feel like people can sense this. So I feel like you might intimidate a lot of people, or people just choose to leave you alone because you're definitely very intriguing. But it's definitely giving me, of course, Ice Queen because of the frost, which there's nothing wrong with being an Ice Queen. I have been called an Ice Queen, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. It just means that it's okay. Don't bother me if you're not going to be able to put up with the cold, you know. Yeah, I was hearing acquired taste, but I don't like that, because it's like, no, I feel like anybody could like this flavor if, you know, they just gave it a chance. But let's go ahead with your oracles to see what energy you're going to embody. We have Miracles, Ancient Wisdom, number 39. We have Patience. We also have Jera with Harvest, and Suilo. They look very similar. They look like little paths. We also have 28, Hold the Connection. And what this connection is, I will explain in a moment. We also have, you had the most cards out of any pile, by the way, pile 4. Full Moon in Libra, Find a Balance. The Full Moon in Libra will be in Aries, which at the time that I'm releasing this video, it's going to be pretty soon, but this is timeless, so just check your calendar to see when that is. Somebody here could also have Moon in Libra, of course. And then we have last quarter Moon in Sagittarius. Practice gratitude. Okay, so you're embodying all kinds of energies, pile 4, and I feel like you're okay with that. I feel like you don't mind being a little bit of everything, depending on the situation and what it's calling for, because we have Miracles and Ancient Wisdom. A lot of you are very very tied to some of your past life energy, or maybe you've lived many past lives, and I feel like that wisdom comes through. Some people may have called you an old soul in the past, or you just give off that vibe in general. An old soul doesn't mean that, like the way I was described old soul to when I first asked about it way back when, was that, oh, you just like, not having to be online, you like to see people in person. They meant old school, and that's not necessarily what that is. An old soul is somebody who just kind of has lived so many lives that like nothing really phases them about humanity or about the things you're supposed to go through as a human being. I feel like you take everything in stride, and maybe a little bit, you're not as reactive as certain people are, because like I said, if you've lived many lifetimes, you kind of understand how things go, especially when it comes to like human biology. I feel like you've had a lot of human lives, pile 4. So specifically human lives, not so much like extraterrestrial or anything. And some of them in very ancient places. Like I'm seeing ancient Egypt or ancient Greece. Babylon's another one that's coming through, ancient Babylon. And some of you have a little bit of like certain indigenous cultures, like a nomadic culture is coming through as well. So take any of those if they resonate. This could also just be like your history, like your culture and your family lineage coming through. Maybe some of you have reincarnated into the same families as well, like into the same lineage. Like you may be your own great something in your family. I've seen this before actually, and it's very interesting. Some people just love the kind of family they have so much, they're like, I'm gonna come back and be in this family again, but I'm gonna bring change. So take that only if it resonates. That was very specific. I have seen this before, and I think it's pretty awesome actually. With patience, a lot of you are actually very naturally patient. I guess it depends on the situation, but I feel like either patience is going to be something you really have to strengthen up going forward here with whatever the situation is, or you already just have it in abundance. But regardless, patience is going to be a key player here. And hold the connection. What I'm seeing this as is to for those of you who are very intuitively gifted, holding the connection to source and holding the connection to the divine, and in some cases holding the connection to, again, your past lives, because there's something about a karmic lesson coming back that is going to help you gain insight into this, especially for those of you who do like past life regressions, or if you're about to do one soon or have done one recently. I feel like some of that will be for you, pile 4. Remember the lesson, hold the connection. And in some cases, I'm also hearing don't break it off right away with certain people. I'm feeling it's mostly a friendship connection. This isn't for like an unhealthy relationship. If that's the case, do break that connection. But there is a connection here that you have to hold on to. It could also be family, of course, because I mean, you can't get rid of family too easily. But whatever this is, it has the potential to turn around. Find a balance and practice gratitude. I feel like that's where this balance comes through. You have to practice balance because you're going to be called to play. I don't like using devil's advocate, but you're going to have see both sides of a situation, as well as like a third side, like an impartial side. And in some cases, you might have to ask a friend or an outside party to give you clarity on whatever this is, especially because Libras are very social. They don't mind having to ask opinions of other people. I feel like they prefer that. That's one thing I like about Libras. When I need an impartial opinion, I go to them, even if they're friends, because they know how to look at every side of a situation. Practice gratitude. So like I said, I feel like in general, you're just grateful for a lot of the things that are about to happen. Let me go ahead and read from the book for these two. I know that this is gardening, or no, the fruits of your labor. Think like 8 of Pentacles or 7 of Pentacles. I think it's 8 of Pentacles. But you've definitely worked on something, and you're about to see a return on it, or you're about to be able to finally enjoy it, whatever it is. Okay, I found Willow first. Okay, Sun energy. Being closely associated with the sun, this rune card is bursting with natural life, light energy, and radiance. Illumination is a dominant theme, along with clarity of vision and the defeat of dark forces, confusion, and negativity in your life. You are, or soon will be, experiencing great success, And the only obstacle preventing you from enjoying this joy and light is your own belief that you are not worthy of success. Work on extinguishing those negative assumptions within yourself. Achievement can be yours if you change your attitude, think positively, and trust yourself. The sun is the life force, so this card is very auspicious sign in any reading. Yeah, it is giving me like the sun card in tarot. So there is a call here to, especially because it's right above practicing gratitude, to make a list of positive things in your life, especially or maybe even in spite of feeling down on yourself. Because even sometimes just thinking, it's like when you're in a bad mood and then you think of something really, really funny or really fun or cute. Like I like to watch cute animal videos whenever I'm feeling down because they never fail to make me smile or laugh or just feel good. It's that kind of energy. But in this case, it's with something going on in your life or things that you have done in your past. Because some of you need a reminder that you are an absolute badass who can take anything you want. You can, pile 4. I truly believe that of you. And if this is a reminder, I hope you take that because sometimes you forget. And it's okay. It's okay to forget that you're a badass, but like remember that you are a badass. Everybody who adores you and admires you will hold you accountable to that. It's like, hey, you're a badass. Remember that. And I'm not saying that you're not allowed to I'm not saying you're not allowed to feel a little bit less than that sometimes because we all have those days. I'm just saying like when it gets bad, just remember who you are. Let me look for Jera. I don't know why that's escaping me. There it is. Okay. Year harvest. There are strong seasonal associations with this card. This is the rune of the good harvest or the culmination of a year or a cycle of planting and growing the results in fruitful crops. In other words, this card suggests that there have been many tough obstacles for you to overcome, but you are about to feel the peace that comes when success is hard-earned and justified. Enjoy those rewards when you receive them, but don't relax too much. There is a forward momentum with this card, and you are advised to plan ahead. The seasons of the year have a relentless quality, and you need to prepare for the inevitability of another winter when resources may be scarce again. Okay, so it took a little bit of a pessimistic turn. I feel like some of you might be prone to pessimism as well, pile 4, because honestly, some of you are very smart, and when you're smart, we can be prone to pessimism. Not saying that I'm that smart, but I know I'm prone to pessimism from time to time. But there's definitely a calling here. Again, look back at all the great things you have. So there's like a weird combination of looking at all the good you have done and remember who you are. Remember what you've accomplished. Remember what you are capable of. Another combination of holding the connection and then patience and balance all coming in at the same time. So these are a few key things that you are embodying. You're embodying quite a bit. And I'm not sure how they're related. Maybe you will know. Maybe this is resonating with you. Pile 4, I hope it is. But there's definitely a feeling that you have quite a bit coming up. And some of you might be taking on multiple things at once, quite honestly. And that's okay because I feel like, especially with Sagittarius here, some of you have a lot of energy to go around. Maybe you're somebody who likes to juggle multiple things so that you don't become bored. But let's move on to the tarot because I'm quite eager to see what energy you should embody. If you are called to pile 3, I do recommend you go to that one because I feel like this one and pile 3 are like sister piles, and then the other 2 were also sister piles. But honestly, you could benefit from any of the readings today. They've all been very positive and they've all been very, very useful. Even when they weren't positive, they were very useful. Okay, so for my lovely pile 4. Okay, this one was popping out. We have the 5 of Wands. Yeah, like I said, some of you like to just juggle multiple things at once. 5 of Wands is a struggle, but it could also just be action. It could be like needing to do something all the time. What else do we have? We have the Ace of Cups. I don't take reversals. A new emotional journey for you. Or somebody new coming in. We also have the High Sage. This is the High Priestess. Like I said, a lot of you are very intuitive. You know how to connect to source. You know how to work with it. You know how to channel past life regression, all that. Yeah, I feel like some of you have really honed abilities and you will know who you are. If you don't, this is an if you don't resonate with that, you are likely very eligible for that kind of ability. You just have to go out there and learn how to use it, hone it, develop it. It's like a muscle. I have to tell that to everyone. We also have the King of Swords. Like I said, some of you are very smart, but you might be prone to bouts of pessimism here. The King and Queen of Swords are probably the smartest out of all the cards, with the exception of maybe the Hierophant, the Fool, and like the High Priestess and the Magician. Well, I guess it's quite a bit. Never mind, but they're up there. We have Death, Transformation. I'm not surprised. To clarify the Ace of Cups, we have the Seven of Swords. Some of you are learning to trust again. Oh, I love that. That is a beautiful sign that you are learning to trust, because we have the Ace of Cups with a new emotional beginning, and underneath that, to clarify that, Seven of Swords, which is deceit and lies. You are learning to trust again. To clarify the High Sage, we have the Two of Cups. Yeah, especially with the Two of Cups. The Cups is emotional well-being, and though this can mean that you're going to get somebody new into your life whom you can probably confide in and trust, it could also just mean you being able to reconcile with that side of yourself who had an inability to trust other people. And then one more card for the Ruler of Swords. We have the Nine of Wands. Honestly, pile 4, some of you like to struggle, or you like to just have a lot of stuff going on, because otherwise you would be bored. Back of the deck energy, we have the Six of Cups, emotional reciprocity. So there is one particular thing coming through in this, in the tarot spread specifically, and I feel like it may or may not have anything to do with the oracles, so please bear with me. I feel like this pile is a little bit all over the place because there's a lot of messages wanting to come through for you. So like I said, we have the Five of Wands and Death. So some of you are kind of learning how to back down from having to struggle so much. I feel like some of you, like I said, you kind of like to make things difficult for you because you felt that that's always how it had to be. And this is actually very normal, especially if you grew up in like a very chaotic household, or if you're like the child of a narcissistic parent. This is very common, where you always feel that you have to be in survival mode, or like in fight or flight mode. Like that's very common. And even as you get older and as you move out and as you like, you know, decord from these parents or have nothing to do with them, that energy is still with you. With Death though, I feel like a lot of you are finally learning either how to overcome this kind of energy or habit that you have, or you're learning how to put it to better use. Like I said, you're just learning how to deal with it, because the Death card is a transformation here. You're transforming that energy and putting it either to better use, like you're only going to act that way in a situation that calls for it. For example, maybe work is a good place to express that, or you're learning how to finally put it to rest. Quite literally, you could put that whole habit to death here. I feel like regardless, it's going to be something that is definitely going to improve your life, pile 4. And like I said, some of you are very gifted. You're also very smart. So yeah, I feel like it's been a long time coming since this situation was like it was bound to happen. With the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Swords, like I said, you're learning to trust again. And I feel like this kind of piggybacks off of this, because like I said, if you grew up in a household where you couldn't trust either what was going to happen, what people were saying, or how your own family would react to you or treat you, or what they would say to you, of course that's going to damage your trust entirely. But there is a feeling here that you're going to learn a way of learning to trust people again. It could be through a friend or somebody who's very caring. It could also be with the help of a professional if you are seeking therapy, or if you're speaking to some sort of to anyone who can really help you process your emotions, or better see, you know, your past in a better way, or just in general healing. I feel like energy healings can help with this as well. This is not professional advice, please. This is just me talking to one person talking to another. So don't take that as professional advice. Please seek actual professional advice. But that could always help. I've always noticed that when I use energy healing in conjunction with like actual therapy, it makes the best combination of being able to see things in the 3D and the 5D, especially, like I said, pile 4, if you're very spiritually connected. With the High Sage and the Two of Cups, the High Sage and the Two of Cups is so beautiful because this is a fated connection, and a connection where you are both on the same energetic wavelength. Like if you're both psychic, you will kind of communicate in a way where you don't really have to say too much to know what the other one is saying, or maybe you just the way you you live life blends together very seamlessly. For example, maybe you both go to the same gym, work at the same place, or if you're like, for example, if you have children or partners, maybe you have partners and children that like frequent the same places, like the same schools, the same jobs. So it's very easy to fall in seamlessly with this person. It could be a romantic partner or it could be a friend, but regardless, there's a feeling here that you're going to meet somebody who makes you feel very much at home, or like their soul family somehow. This is definitely soulmate type energy, but take that only if it resonates. Another way to see that is you reconciling one aspect of yourself with the other so that you can move forward in a much more intuitive energy. I feel like for some of you, it might actually be both, and I feel like I love that. I really do love that explanation. With the King of Swords and the Nine of Wands, this is that card that made me think you guys like to struggle sometimes. At the very least, in your early life, you did. I feel like, especially if you believe in like soul contracts or fated instances, like you knew what you chose the life you have for a reason. And what that reason is, you may find out. Only take that if it resonates. Not everybody believes in that, of course. But I feel like regardless, you're somebody who kind of always likes to have a bit of a challenge to overcome, especially with the Ruler of Wands. Some of that has to do with mental stimulation. Some of you get bored quite easily. Like I said, you're very intelligent. Even if that intelligence isn't always put to good use, you have a constant need for mental stimulation. And what that can mean, especially when you're surrounded by people who aren't as intellectually at your same intellectual level, it means that you can do some pretty dumb things just to avoid the boredom. And I've seen this. I've met people who are just very intelligent, very smart, get into some very dumb situations. And why did they do it? Because they're bored. It's like they got nothing else going on. They have nobody they can talk to. They don't have a job that uses that brain of theirs, that big, beautiful, intelligent brain. So instead, they just, get into trouble, go partying with the wrong people, do all these kinds of things. This could have been you in the past, pile 4. Only take that if it resonates. I'm just using this as an example because, like I said, I know some brilliant people who do some very dumb things because they're bored. And there's no other way to put that. Or they just feel like there's no reason for them to not, because why shouldn't they? It's weird. In their head, it makes absolute sense. But the reality of it is that no, you could find better ways of releasing that need for stimulation, that need for excitement in your life. And maybe this is the case for you too, pile 4. I don't know. I'm going on at length about that, so maybe some of you resonate with that. It's not going to be everybody, of course, but only take that if it resonates. 6 of Cups under here, emotional reciprocity. You are looking for emotional fulfillment, but not of the happy ending kind. Again, some of you are just looking for people you can resonate with. Some of you are looking for like a vibe tribe or something, like a soul family. Like I said, somebody is coming in to help you feel this way. It's going to be somebody, again, that you're just going to run into quite a bit because you're already going to have something in common with them, or somebody who you just communicate very well. Like you may already be Facebook friends or I don't know, social media friends, and they just reach out one day, but the back and forth is very natural. Like I said, it could be romantic, it could be platonic or friendship here, but there's definitely a feeling that this call for somebody to be a lot more emotionally and mentally stimulating, like a combination of both in your life, is going to be answered. And even if you weren't looking for this, I feel like you will find somebody like this. Or if you already have somebody like this, the bond could be deepening, or it could be somebody else that you could just add to your crew and will fit in seamlessly with your group of friends or the people that you know. It's going to be easy though. Like, you know how sometimes when you get older, you grow apart from friends because you don't have the time, or because you're just too busy, or you grow apart, whatever the case may be. This is going to be the opposite. You're going to grow together because you can't help but, 1, notice that they're always around. 2, you communicate very well and you have similar interests, and you might even be of like either the same background or the same age. There's something here that is going to be very good for you, and I feel like you're going to either gain a lot of new opportunities with or through them, or you might meet new people with and through them as well. Pile 4. And I really do love this energy for you. I feel like we have a little bit of everything. I really, really love that you're undoing some of this past stuff that maybe you weren't even thinking about. Maybe you hadn't really thought to clear that. Or, I don't know, regardless of how it happens, I feel like it's going to be a lot easier than you think. And that's part of the reason I feel that if you were really drawn to pile 3, go to that one, because there was something very similar in that pile. All it takes is a little bit of a push and boom, you're there. And yeah. Oh, I love this energy for you. We have Death and the High Priestess. The Aces. The Aces are always good cards as well. But lots of cups here, so a lot of it's going to be emotional. A combination of emotional and mental as well, which to me, intelligence and intuition are the same thing. And of course, with the High Priestess here, I feel like that is confirmed. Or at the very least, maybe you think that way, pile 4. But let's move on to some closing advice. I really do love this energy. It feels very fun. It also feels very rewarding, believe it or not. I'm getting a sense of accomplishment somehow. Just tapping into your energy. So we have the Sacred Creator's Oracle. Okay, we got 2. Fill your cup with sacred giggles. Whoever this person who's coming into your life is, they're going to make you laugh a lot. You're going to have fun. Giggles make me think of like 2 children in the back of a classroom giggling. So you might have that kind of energy as well. Like maybe you like to laugh at things that you shouldn't be laughing at. We also have Creator Earth. Whatever it is that is coming into your life, or whatever it is that you are healing and unpacking and, you know, working through, it's going to be lifelong lasting, or at the very least, very impactful. Like, it's going to have a major impact on how you move forward in life. Earth is very long-lasting qualities that I'm getting here. I'm hearing one more. Let me just give you one more. We have Fall in Love with Your Own Story. This came out in pile 3, so this is just confirmation that if you want to go to pile 3, by all means do. And then we have the Pokemon cards. Of course, I can't do an Eevee-themed reading without my Pokemon Oracle deck. So for my pile 4, we have proximity to information improves performance. I feel like in general you believe in that. Like the more you know, the more you want to do. So maybe even after hearing something about this reading, you're inspired to take further action, even if there's a possibility, regardless of whether it will happen or not. But I feel like for most of you, and this is true for a lot of readings, if you ever hear something in a reading where they say this is going to happen, but you feel like it's not, part of the reason it's not going to happen is because you're not taking a step forward toward it. And I'm saying this with so much love. I am saying this with so much love. Sometimes you have to do a little something about it to show the universe that you are committed to that action or to that thing that is going to come through. So if it's like a love reading and it's like, oh, this person's going to come in, make sure you're out there looking for somebody. Don't just expect them to show up at your door, because that's not how it's going to happen. And again, I'm saying this with so much love. I'm not accusing you of not doing anything, but you got to show the universe that you are willing and open to receive something. Okay, and one more card. Anti-static. No, that's not it. Perfection, if present, is only temporary. Some of you might be perfectionists, and I was definitely getting that. Honestly, you had an undertone of perfectionism to you. Don't worry if things aren't perfect, pile 4. I forget what the Japanese term for it is, but there is perfection in imperfection. It's like, yeah, even the most imperfect thing can be perfect if seen through a different perspective or through the eyes of somebody else, or even if captured in the right light. I really do love that. So don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry if you don't look perfect. This is an example I'm using because in another reading, it was like a love reading or something. I was telling the pile or the person viewing it, I was like, don't worry if you don't have your makeup on or if it doesn't look great. This person's going to love you anyway. It was that kind of message. So don't worry if you're not perfect. Don't worry if you don't feel put together or that you're not somewhere where you're supposed to be. What is meant for you will find you at the right time, in the right space, in the right state of mind. And I think I have to emphasize the right state of mind. So if you know you're not in the best state of mind to receive something you've always wanted, no matter how bad you want it, you're not going to receive it until that state of mind is ready for you to receive it. I feel like some of you needed to hear that, but this is all I have for you, my beautiful pile 4, my little Glaceon pile. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Take care.